Have you ever noticed yourself walking with your head down, taking short steps, your arms stiff by your side, and a quiet fear always lurking inside? What if I slip and fall? You might think that moving slowly and cautiously keeps you safe. But the truth is, those seemingly careful habits might actually be silently leading you closer to a fall. What's more troubling is that many people don't even realize they're walking the wrong way. We go on repeating the same walking patterns for years until an accident happens. And only then do we exclaim, "But I was just walking. How did I fall?" That's why in today's story, we'll take a gentle look back, not only to recognize the most common walking mistakes many older adults make, but also to learn how to walk again with confidence, safety, and grace. You won't need any fancy equipment, no complex exercises, just a bit of awareness, a bit of observation, and a bit of kindness toward yourself. And you can begin this journey of rediscovering your stride. Most importantly, you can reclaim your independence, one step at a time. Imagine this. On a beautiful morning, you step out of the house, stand tall, and walk slowly but steadily. No more hunching in fear. No more stiff arms like you're bracing for the ground. Every step you take says, "I am strong. I am still in control." And the wonderful part is, no matter your age, you can still get there. Some people say, "Well, when you're old, falling is just part of life." It might sound true, but that's actually a dangerous misconception. Falling is not a natural, inevitable part of aging. It's not a sign that you've lost your worth or that your body has failed. In fact, most falls are preventable if we simply understand the real reasons behind them. And the tricky part, those reasons are often not obvious. They're quiet, hidden in plain sight. The first is muscle loss. After the age of 60, we naturally lose muscle mass every year, especially in the legs, which used to be our sturdy foundation. Muscles don't just help us move, they help us balance, react quickly, and protect our joints. The second is posture. You may not notice it, but as we age, our posture often changes. The head leans slightly forward, shoulders round down, the spine curves, and our center of gravity shifts forward. It seems like a small adjustment, but it can throw off your entire balance. Suddenly, a slightly uneven rug, a raised tile, or a sudden turn in the hallway can trip you up. The third, and perhaps most important, is fear. It sounds contradictory, but the fear of falling is one of the biggest reasons people fall. When we're afraid, our body tenses up, especially in the shoulders, legs, and neck. We walk more slowly, avoid lifting our feet, keep our eyes fixed on the ground, and stop swinging our arms, thinking it will help us stay balanced. But in reality, it makes us more rigid and more prone to losing control when something unexpected happens. And then there are the often overlooked contributors: poor vision, slower reflexes, improper footwear, or using canes and walkers the wrong way. Put all these things together and you get a silent trap. Every step suddenly becomes more uncertain, more vulnerable, and you might not even realize it. But here is the most important truth you need to hold on to. Age does not make you fall. How you adapt to age, that's what makes the difference. If you learn how to adjust your posture, your vision, your stride, and your daily habits, then you can absolutely maintain your stability, confidence, and freedom of movement, no matter how old you are. This journey doesn't start with surgery or intense physical training. It starts with one correct step, one mindful posture, and above all, one belief: I still can. Yedwiga, 77 years old, lives alone in a small, tidy, and cozy apartment. Her life used to be a series of gentle, joyful routines: watering her plants each morning, strolling around the neighborhood, visiting the senior club for a cup of tea, a game of chess, or simply a friendly chat. She lived simply, but with vibrant energy. Then one morning, seemingly like any other, everything changed. She stepped into the kitchen to get her usual warm glass of water. In a small, ordinary moment, she turned quickly to reach for the kettle, and her foot slipped. The fall happened in an instant. She couldn't catch herself. She collapsed sideways, her arm slammed against the hard floor, and her hip hit the tiles with a painful thud. The sharp pain shot through her, and she knew right away she had broken her arm. But what haunted her most wasn't the physical pain. It was the overwhelming feeling of helplessness, lying there, unable to get up. A neighbor heard the noise and came running. The ambulance arrived. Then came days in the hospital, medical questions, the worried looks from doctors and family. But the hardest part wasn't the cast. It wasn't even the hospital stay. It was what came after, when she returned home. Jadwiga could still walk, but now every step was shadowed by fear. She was afraid to move too quickly, afraid to climb stairs, afraid to go grocery shopping, even afraid to step into her garden and water her plants. That fear didn't live in her legs, it lived in her heart. She feared falling again, with no one around. She feared becoming a burden to her children. She feared losing the independence she had fiercely protected for so many years. And slowly, she began to retreat. She declined invitations for walks, avoided seeing her friends, turned away from the very life that once made her feel alive. From someone full of joy and light, she began to shrink, like a flower closing its petals before the coming wind. Then one day, something shifted, when a young woman named Lucia entered her life, a physical therapist with kind eyes and a listening heart. Lucia didn't come to fix her legs. She came to see her, to truly see her. She told Jadwiga gently, "You're not weak. Your body just needs to remember how to walk again." So in those early sessions, Lucia didn't push. She started small. Stand tall, look straight ahead. Take small, solid steps. Lift your feet just a little higher. Let your arms swing gently. Bit by bit, Jadwiga's body remembered the rhythm of confidence, the quiet strength of balance. Lucia didn't just help her muscles recover, she helped her reclaim belief in herself. After a month, Jadwiga was walking the hallway of her building again. After 2 months, she walked to the nearby store by herself, picked up a loaf of bread, a simple act that felt like a grand victory. And now she waters her plants again in the morning. Her grip is steady, her steps are sure, but more than anything, her eyes no longer look afraid. They sparkle with life. "It wasn't strength that saved me," she said. "It was technique, awareness, and the belief that I could still learn to walk again, and someone who believed in me enough to help me start." Walking is something we all do, from childhood to old age. But have you ever considered that walking also has its own technique, just like any other physical activity? Especially when you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, learning how to walk properly isn't just about moving around. It's about protecting your balance, preventing falls, and keeping your body fluid, confident, and strong. So how exactly do you walk the right way? Let's walk through a few simple steps, small adjustments that can transform how you feel with every step. From fear to freedom, from hesitation to confidence. 1. Keep your head up, eyes forward. Don't look down. Don't stare at each tile on the ground. Instead, lift your head and focus your eyes about 6 to 10 feet ahead. When you look forward, your body naturally aligns itself to keep your spine upright. This helps prevent the common forward lean that throws off your balance. Imagine someone gently lifting you by the crown of your head and feel yourself standing taller, lighter. 2. Relax your shoulders. Don't hold tension. Many older adults walk with their shoulders hunched or tensed, as if bracing against something heavy. This makes the upper body stiff and throws off your natural balance. Instead, let your shoulders relax. Open up your chest. Take a deep breath. You don't need to force strength. You only need to move with ease. 3. Let your arms swing naturally, not too stiff, not too loose. Your arms aren't just along for the ride. They play an important role in coordinating your whole body movement. Each step should be accompanied by a gentle arm swing, left arm forward when the right foot steps, and vice versa. Think of your body like a piece of music, your arms and legs moving in rhythm together. Don't let your arms hang like dead weight. Don't clench your fists or stiffen your elbows. Just let your arms dance naturally with each step. 4th step, mindfully, heel to toe. This is perhaps the most important technique. Each step should begin with your heel touching the ground, then roll through the midfoot, ending with the toes pushing off. This is called heel-to-toe walking. It allows your body to absorb impact evenly, improves balance, and prevents jarring movements that can throw you off. Think of each step as gently painting a line with your foot. Smooth, controlled, graceful. 5. Keep your feet hip-width apart. Avoid the tightrope walk. One common mistake is walking with feet too close together, like balancing on a narrow beam. This reduces your base of support and makes you more likely to wobble or lose balance. Instead, walk with your feet about shoulder-width apart. Imagine yourself walking on two solid rails side by side. This wider base gives you the stability of a tree, rooted and steady. 6. Walk at an even pace, not too fast, not too slow. You don't need to walk quickly, but you do need to walk rhythmically. A steady pace helps your brain and body coordinate better and reduces missteps or stumbles. Choose a pace that feels comfortable, not rushed, not sluggish. If it helps, you can practice walking indoors, in a familiar hallway, focusing on each step like a slow, moving meditation. These may sound like small things, but these small changes can completely transform how you feel when you walk. And when your steps feel more stable, more natural, and less filled with worry, something remarkable happens. It's not just about walking better, it's about living more peacefully. Many older adults, when they hear the word exercise, often imagine gym rooms, heavy weights, complicated movements, or routines that leave them exhausted. But in reality, to walk better, to feel more balanced and steady, you don't need any of that. All you need is a small space, a sturdy chair, and your own presence. Here are 5 incredibly simple exercises you can do right at home, every day, to improve flexibility, strengthen your legs and hips, and help your walk become softer, more secure, and more graceful. One-leg stand, balance training with a chair. How to do it. Stand behind a sturdy chair and place both hands gently on the backrest. Lift one foot off the floor and hold for 10 seconds. Switch legs. Repeat 3 times on each side every day. Benefits. This exercise strengthens your ankles, knees, and hips, the very areas that support balance. Once you can balance well on one leg, everything from walking to climbing stairs to turning around becomes easier and safer. 2. Gentle knee lifts. Practice lifting your feet to avoid tripping. How to do it. Stand behind your chair, holding on lightly. Slowly lift your right knee up to hip level. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then lower. Switch legs. Repeat 10 times on each side. Benefits. This helps you practice lifting your legs properly, strengthens your thighs, and trains your brain to remember the motion of lifting your foot high enough to step over small obstacles. A wonderful way to reduce the risk of tripping. 3. Tiptoe raises. Strengthen calves and improve stability. How to do it. Stand tall with both hands holding the chair for balance. Raise your heels standing up on your toes. Hold for 3 seconds, then slowly lower your heels back down. Repeat 10 times. Benefits. This simple move builds strength in your calf muscles, improves blood circulation, and makes your walk feel stronger and more stable, especially when going upstairs or walking on uneven surfaces. 4. Straight line walk. Posture and coordination training. How to do it. Choose a hallway or clear, flat space at home. Walk slowly in a straight line, one foot in front of the other, step by step. Look straight ahead and let your arms move gently. Benefits. This exercise helps correct your posture, improves coordination between arms and legs, and trains your brain to focus and balance better while moving. When you walk consciously like this, your body learns to stay centered and steady. 5. Deep breathing and posture alignment. How to do it. Stand tall, feet shoulder-width apart. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in. Imagine someone gently lifting the crown of your head up to the sky. Exhale slowly, relaxing your shoulders, neck, and back. Stay in this position for 1 full minute. Benefits. This is a beautiful blend of mindful breathing and postural reset. It helps calm your nervous system, relieves tension, and resets your body's internal balance, both physically and emotionally. You don't need to do all the exercises at once, just pick 2 or 3 each day. Spend 5 to 10 minutes on them. Be consistent. Over time, you'll notice you lift your feet higher, walk more freely, you feel less stiff when turning. Most importantly, you feel more confident every time you step outside. Each exercise is a small step toward reclaiming control over your life, and it is never too late to begin. You might think, it's just walking. How big of a difference can it make? But once you begin walking the right way, each step steady, each breath calm, each movement intentional, you'll realize that the change doesn't just happen in how you walk. It radiates through every part of your life. First, there is stability and safety. When you walk properly, your risk of falling drops significantly. And falling is one of the biggest fears for older adults. No more stumbling. No more slipping due to poor posture. No more accidents that lead to hospital stays or shattered confidence. You begin to walk with control, not just over your body, but over your daily life. Next, your posture improves, and the aches begin to fade. An upright stance, head held high, shoulders relaxed. This posture takes pressure off your spine, knees, neck, and shoulders. You may notice less back pain, less stiffness in your neck, less fatigue in your joints, things you once assumed were just part of aging. But the truth is, when you walk right, your body begins to feel light again. Everything moves in harmony, and the chronic aches start to ease. Then comes deeper breathing and a calmer mind. A proper walking posture allows your lungs to expand more fully. Your breaths become deeper, slower, and as your breathing slows, so does your anxiety. You start to feel more at ease when you're out in the world, less worried about stepping up a curb, less tense when crossing a busy area, no longer trapped in that state of always anticipating something bad. Instead, you begin to fully live in each moment, one grounded, peaceful step at a time. And most of all, your confidence comes back. There's nothing more powerful than the feeling of walking out your front door, heading to the local shop, strolling through the park, visiting a friend, without needing someone to hold you, without needing reassurance. Just you, steady, self-reliant, free. When you walk strong, you feel alive again. When you trust your own steps, you reclaim your life. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, just one small change in how you walk can open a whole new world of freedom, confidence, and peace. And that change begins with you. Dear friend, if you've read this far, it means you've taken the time to listen, not just to these words, but to your own body. You've paused to ask, how can I walk better? But what you've really done is start something deeply meaningful. You've done something no one else can do for you. You've made the choice to live with awareness, step by step, day by day. If this message has touched your heart, please share it with someone you care about. Don't forget to subscribe to the Advice for Seniors YouTube channel so you don't miss future videos filled with kindness, wisdom, and simple, practical tools for living a peaceful and empowered life in your later years. Because at any age, we all deserve to live strong, and we all deserve to walk with confidence. Thank you for staying until the end. And I believe, starting tomorrow, your steps will feel lighter, steadier, and filled with hope.